All right, we're gonna be looking at HisFemboy, who's playing Ana on Midtown. This is Diamond 1 on PC. They previously got a VOD review from me a while ago when they were Silver 1, Gold 5, so they've done an incredible job climbing. That's what, 5 to Gold, another 5 to Plat, another 5 to Diamond, so that's 15 ranks. That's super, super impressive, so great work on that. So they've climbed 15 ranks since my last VOD review. And they're looking for another VOD review to try to figure out, what can they do to get into Masters or GM. And their questions here are, how do I keep up with an aggressive tank taking odd angles when there's a soldier Ashe who are generally desperate to kill you? I found myself struggling to rotate my tank unless I put myself at big risks. When the enemy Ashe finally killed me by suiciding, she said, easy Ana, who cares? Second, how do I provide value for my team when I've used all my cooldowns and I'm low? Should I stay alive and rotate back, or should I just YOLO and die with my tank while healing them as much as I can? I had fairly high sleep accuracy this game, I would agree with that, but it didn't feel like it was truly providing value unless I slept in ultimate. Should I hoard sleep until my DPS can take advantage of it, or should I keep perma-sleeping the enemy tank? So we're going to do an abbreviated review. We're not going to do a full one here. I have, I think, 7 different fights that I want to go over. I've already pre-watched the whole video. The general theme here is, I think you kind of recognize, like, you are not doing a good job with your rotations, in particular when your tank goes in. And I think the underlying symptom, which I think is pretty common when I see from Diamond players, is you got to Diamond by not dying, right? Like, you just are straight up better. Like, you're better at reading when you're in danger, and you're better at avoiding that danger, so you're constantly alive. And when you're constantly alive, you provide a lot of value. That's great. That gets you up to Diamond. The problem is getting from Diamond to higher levels is you have to be comfortable with taking more risks. And the best supports in the world are not the ones that are never in any danger. That is not the reflection of perfect play, okay? Because that's like impossible that the enemy team is doing nothing to like pressure you at all. The best supports in the world are the ones that can walk in situations with a tremendous amount of danger and still not die or have their death be worth it, okay? That's like the absolute core concept that I want to like highlight here is the key to perfect play on support is never being in not danger, right? The key to playing support really well is accepting a lot of danger, but not preventing it from doing your job. And that's what we're going to see here repeatedly. So we're going to start at 238. We've lost point number 1. We're holding point number 2. Perfectly fine. Soldier pops visor here. I wouldn't even have nanoed this because I can tell right away this nano isn't going to get any value. Even without seeing through the map, I can understand where the cart was. Everyone here is cover. I don't know why the soldier is nanoing. This is a bad nano, or visoring. I wouldn't even nano here, and I would just save it for like a tank or something like that. But if you want to nano here, okay, whatever. You see the soldier's like literally not going to get any value. The only way for him to get value is to run way far ahead. This definitely could have resulted in him dying. You come up to try to help him. You sleep the Sigma. I would just pocket the soldier, but that's fine. Right, we're good. Everything seems fine here. And the thing is, your Ryan's going to go in right now, and he's going to walk up. Actually, this timing is not entirely correct. We're actually good here. But I would just want to note that I think that nano was not so good. So we're actually going to skip forward a little bit into the next fight. Okay, this fight right here. So Ryan, after having gone forward, is pretty overextended, but I think that's a regular place for him to be playing. Like, it's okay if he wants to play there instead of playing up on high ground. I think this is totally fine. Soldier's right here up top. You should have taken the opportunity to work down the soldier. Okay? And I think this is part of, like, hey, understanding risks. Like, yes, the soldier could shoot you, but he's not. This soldier's shooting at your Hanzo. You should be shooting the soldier right now. Nobody else needs healing. Shoot the soldier right now. Super, super important. Even one hit on the soldier changes his play completely. Right? You got to be just scope right now. And I think you're afraid to scope because you're like, oh, he might laser me down, but he's not shooting at you. You haven't taken any damage. As a reminder, soldier does 171 damage per second. So even with perfect aim, like with visor, it still takes him over a second to kill you, assuming he's not hitting headshots, which is unlikely at this range, right? And I think there's actually some damage. We're like right on the edge of damage fall off, so he might even do less than that. So this is a common thing, is when you see a soldier or Ashe or whomever, like, who is visible to you, you immediately like, I need to not die here, and you try to take cover, you play passive, etc., etc. But if you notice they're not shooting at you, you need to engage with them. As a long-range sniper support, you can put a tremendous amount of pressure. One dart, even though it won't kill the soldier, would force the soldier to go completely leave this angle and free you up. Literally hitting one dart on the soldier wins this fight. So the Iliari goes up, you sleep, excellent sleep, all right, you eat that, great. As soon as you do that, go right back to your job. I know you're sunstruck right now, but no one is looking at you, so go right back to doing your job. If you die here, so be it. But the thing is, like, your team is fully engaged right now, you need to be doing something. And you notice that you just stare for a while and you walk away from the edge because you're thinking, survive, 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 okay? But the thing is, no one's shooting at you. This is like a huge moment where you need to step up. Additionally, if you did want to cover here, the closest cover is not to slowly walk all the way back here. The closest cover is to walk here. Right? And then you're good behind this corner because the ER is sleeping anyway. But You don't do anything right now. These are critical moments in the fight. Obviously, super engaged, like your Ryan's in there. You don't shoot the soldier until it's too late. You still haven't shot the soldier. That's your first attempt at the soldier, by the way, other than your no-scopes from earlier that were never going to do anything. You keep the Mercy alive. You still have the opportunity right now to shoot the soldier, who's been low this entire time. So you're still not shooting the soldier. You're also not helping your Ryan, right? And now your Ryan's going to get walked over and you're going to get killed in a second. But I want to tell you, how long is it since you last healed the Ryan? Right? So let's watch here. All right, that's a heal at 317. Okay, is that the last one you do? Yeah, that's the last one you do. All right, so let's watch how long it is before you heal the Ryan again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and then you hit him with grenade. 19 seconds, actually we can check, I'm counting a little fast, it's about 15 seconds. 15 seconds go by where you do not heal your main tank. And in a team with Mercy, you have to be the one healing your tank. So no matter, I know you're like really prioritizing your survival, but as a tank, if I go 15 seconds without getting healing by my Ana who's sitting on high ground, yeah, I'm probably gonna die. Like there's almost no way that your Ryan could play this differently to not die in this situation. 15 seconds go by is crazy long. And that is like the overall theme of your play, is that you're just not prioritizing enough. Again, after, right, from here, right, you're gonna get the heal in the Ryan. By the way, I think your grenades in general are just not very good. Your sleeps are good, but your grenades are no good. Right, after the sleep, just go right back to doing your job. Okay, it is what it is. Like, you get shot or not, like if you want to cover for a second, play this angle and shoot the Baptiste so that you're not vulnerable soldier, I understand that. And as soon as that's over, go right back to healing your Ryan, pressuring soldier, whatever you need to do. But you walk all the way back here, right, and now you're kind of indecisive about what you want to do, right? You still need to step up. You can just walk up to the Illari. With grenade, there's no way she can beat you in 1-on-1. Right? Like, you should not be afraid of the Illari at all. But you go way too long healing the Ryan, and the Ryan dies. And after the Ryan dies, you're in trouble. So, Ryan's dead right now. Okay, what do? You get this crazy sleep on the Baptiste, which is entirely luck. Soldier walks up. You die right now despite having grenade available. Right? 2, 1. Actually, no, never mind. You die right as grenade goes up. So I take that back. But at any rate, after your Ryan dies, here, the second he dies, I leave. There's no way we can win this fight anymore, right? With the Ryan dead, we're done. So I'm gonna rotate at a minimum to this doorway, if not to here, so I can drop off. Like either one or to here, so you can jump over the top. Any three of these options is good. Staying forward right now is a mistake. You're being forward when it's not the right time to be forward. If your soldier dies out there, so be it. The fight's already lost. You need to get back. There is no win scenario here for your team. You need to leave. But you see how forward you are? Right? Because you're going to walk up here because the soldier's like around LOS. See, you're backing up, but see how you walk up because you're like, oh no, the soldier's in trouble. It's over. The time for you to be aggressive is over. You need to leave or you need to die right away. Dying here causes you to stagger and now you're out of sync with your team. So now we're going to walk forward step forward for a bit. We're going to get all the way to, your team wins the next fight without you, by the way, which is lucky. Your team actually does a pretty good job without you. Okay, so you see right here, blah, 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 you sleep him. So this is a good opportunity to step up. You see 2 people in front of you, step up. It is extremely unlikely you're going to get shot through 2 people in front of you. Step up right now. Step up. Step up. See how you're still playing too far back? Step up. Everyone else in your team recognizes that an opportunity was created and they're trying to take advantage of it. You're the only one who's on a different page playing way back. You need to step up, right? And you see now you're really late. Your Ryan kind of feels that you're not here. He has a good charge. That would have been a huge moment. If you're playing here, grenade you, your Ryan, their Ryan, fights won. Instantly won. Like the second, if you were standing here with your team, right here, walk up, grenade, instant win. At that point, the fight's over, right? But you're not going to do that because you're out of position. You throw a grenade, but the grenade's off target. You should have splashed it between the Baptiste and the Ryan because the tank's the one who's going to get the most healing here, right? So you want to make sure that the tank gets it and Baptiste getting it is also great, but like obviously you really want to hit the tank here. And then looks like your team's going to win the fight, which they do, but things are going to happen from here where it's going to make things worse. So your Ryan is going to get charged out. Right? So we've killed 2 so far, and we killed Lamp. And you notice that you're backing up, despite the fact that you're 200 health. You're full health with a Mercy Falcon above you. You will not die here. And that's the difference between you and a Master's Ana. A Master's Ana knows, I cannot die right now. It is not going to happen that I will die right now. Right? They've already killed 2. My Ryan's being like fighting this other Ryan. I need to step forwards, not go backwards. I need to step forwards, not backwards. Because right now, you hit this sleep, you save your Ryan. your Ryan's not out of position, right? He gets charged out of here, which is like a mistake in itself, but like it is what it is. Like you have to be here to be able to cover up for your Ryan, right? Sleep here, great, you're good. Fight's won. But he charges your Ryan out into Narnia, and then obviously he dies because he's way far out there. And now you don't have a Ryan, which is the same situation as we ran to the previous fight. So as I mentioned here, this is a really bad spot to be in because now you can get pinched on both sides. So staying up here is fine, but if they start putting pressure on the underside, then I need to start rotating because I don't want to get pinched by a team coming behind me and a team coming in front. So here right now is okay, right? But it's fine, right? Now you take damage. I think it's perfectly fine. You hear the Ryan charging. It's perfectly fine to just go home right now and set up for the next phase of the fight because the next fight's going to happen over here, not over here. Again, this is a big difference between you and a Masters Ana. A Masters Ana knows where is the next fight going to be. It's not going to be here. You don't want the fight to happen here because they have a tank and you don't. So just rotate back, right, and take another angle. Playing up here is a very high risk, medium reward situation. I don't think your style does not feel to me like you want to do that. Like, yeah, if you're up here, you got good deathmatching skills, you could potentially hold this for a while. That doesn't feel like the way you want to play, so I think you just rotate back and make sure you keep your Ryan in LOS. So you see how you're going to linger up here, because the Ryan's going to come underneath. You're going to throw a terrible grenade that was... Even if you hit the grenade, it doesn't do anything. He just holds shield and waits for it to expire. These are bad grenades. I think your grenades overall are really bad. Definitely, I think, worse than the others. I think your aim is good. I think your reaction time is good. General APM is good. Sleeps are great. I think your grenades are really bad and the worse than your level. So... You see how you're staying up here, and you notice that they're going to flank behind you, and then the Ryan charges in, and then you all die. Where's your tank? Well, your tank was respawning, remember? Your tank just got here, right? Coming up, he's trying to deal with the opposing tank. What is your tank going to do about this? All three of you are out of position right now. Like, this is a mistake. All three of you are out of position, playing high ground without a tank, getting pinched on front and on back. Like, your soldier actually makes the right call. She gets out of here, right? She has mobility. You are out of position. Like, your soldier probably could have ran out of here. Your Mercy could have flown out here, but you're definitely out of position. And you get charged in, and you give up this fight. And what could have been a very reasonable fight here, right? If you'd been playing back here, you're totally safe, right? Able to apply pressure. I think your team would have rotated with you too. Means that you're out of position. Fight's lost. You didn't even get a chance to defend the second point. All right. We're going to skip forward. We're now defending third point. We're going to go all the way to 640. Okay, so we're going to see the Ash here. Okay, defending final point. We're in one fight territory. So you see the Ash here. You're going to throw a grenade for some reason. That grenade's not on target. Now, let's think about this for a second. Your Ryan's not dealing with the Ash because your Ryan's fighting the Ryan, who's purple. It makes sense. The grenade actually does hit him, which is, I think, lucky based on the angle. So from this angle, what is safe? Okay, obviously not anywhere from here to here, right? Because this can all see it. Arguably not even here, because if the Ash steps out, you're in trouble. But if you can get all the way over here, you're definitely safe. Okay, like the Ash isn't going to be able to peek that far. Or if you play the inside corner, you're safe. These are safe spots for you. Also, here is also safe because the card's going to block LOS of the Ash. You're safe. What do? You just walk out into the open. So the Ash kills your soldier. Now you're in trouble. Ash is clearly aiming for you. You fire asleep. That's okay, right? But you see how you continually stay out in the open. I think you're trying to think about the Rhine here. But the thing is, like, you should have rotated earlier. Right? You could have played, for example, the inside corner right now. You could have rotated all the way to the left. You got some options here. But I think, honestly, over here, I think I would have just rotated to the right is probably the best call here and safest call. But now you've lost a Sojourn. You're thinking about the Rhines. You're rotating to the left. Right? Ash comes out, so start the duel. At this point, forget about the Rhine. You're in, like, grave danger. The Ash is going to kill you in 2 shots. Forget about the Rhine. Fight the Ash. Fight the Ash. Fight the Ash. Fight the Ash. This is not what dueling mechanics looks like. So I'm going to show it to you from the Ash perspective and just show you how bad this looks. All right, 1v1 started, okay? As soon as this happens, immediately go in 1v1 mode. Don't worry about anything else that's going on the map. As a tank, if I see my support in situation, I want you to prioritizing your winning your 1v1. That's it. Don't worry about healing me. Like, it's no longer your job to heal the Rhine because you're out of position. Your job right now is win the 1v1 against the Ash. You need 1 hit on the Ash to win this fight. That's it, okay? This is not what winning a 1v1 looks like, okay? And a huge part about climbing is you got to be able to deal with this. Like, this Ash is not good, right? She misses a ton of shots. She misses the dynamite burst. She misses that shot. Now you jump in the air, which is why she gets a hit, okay? She knocks you back. You're still strafing to the right into the dynamite, and then you blow up and die. So first of all, stop jumping. I'm like shocked that you got all the way to Diamond 1 without jumping so much. Stop jumping. In 1v1s, do not jump. You almost never want to jump. If you look at high rank play, they never jump. Jumping is almost always the wrong move because jumping makes you easier to hit, not harder, because when you're in the air, you're moving quite slowly and predictably. If you're AD strafing on the ground, it's a lot harder to hit somebody. So that's number 1. Number 2, don't strafe into the dynamite. And number 3, actually take the 1v1 once you realize you're in it. Okay? At this point in time, you should be only strafing relative to the Ashe, right? And trying to put darts in, no-scope darts into her. Okay? Especially with your Mercy on her. Like, she's going to die here, even if you just stay alive. You can just focus on dodging here, you can stay alive here. But the jumping and then jumping into the dynamite, that's what gets you killed. This is really bad. I think this does not look like high diamond play, right? This inability, and I think that you might have gotten here because you avoided these situations, but I'm telling you, you cannot avoid these situations as you climb. DPS will get you into 1v1 situations. No matter how well your team is playing, they will get you into 1v1 situations, and you have to learn, at a minimum, how to not die, and in the best case scenario, how to win the 1v1s, which you have a lot of tools to do. I would also note is, I think you die here with grenade. 2, 1... Yeah, you died here with grenade. If you had survived another fraction of a second longer, you easily could have gotten that grenade off. So all you had to do was survive literally another half second, and you would have had enough reaction time to get the grenade off. So also no good. Okay, next up, 14-20. So now we're on offense. You stopped them at final point, which is great. So winnable game, 14-20. So your team is pushing right now without your tank. So your Ryan has just died. He's come back as Ramatra. You should not be pushing right now. So the Bastion walks up. Like, I don't think you want to go super far. Like, if Bastion's gonna do this, fine. I go over here on the right side and I heal him. But I don't want to be running up here. This is really bad. Like, so be it. If a Bastion dies, Bastion dies. We're not gonna win this fight anyway. You know what I mean? Even if you hard pocket the Bastion, you're not gonna win this fight because it's a 4v5. So they all pop ultis, and then we're all gonna die here. I would also note is that you don't sleep. Right now, you should have been looking for the sleep dart. You're not looking for it. You're just healing the Bastion, and then everybody dies. So you shouldn't have been here to begin with, right? You should just play back. If your Bastion's gonna make a mistake, there's nothing you can do about it, right? Without the tank, you're not gonna win the fight. And that's a really important skill to recognize. Like, sometimes your team will make mistakes, right? This is not the time to be pushing without a tank when they have high ground and all 5 people up. There's no way you're winning this fight. Like, you have, at best, a 10% chance of winning this fight. I just stay back, right? Farm ult charge, you know, maybe pick somebody off from here, but otherwise I'm waiting for the Ramantra. Nothing you can do here. Your death, staggers, feeds ult charge, tempts your team into playing poorly, etc. All right, so let's watch 1508. Coming forwards. So, actually, sorry. I want to go back slightly because I want to watch this sleep. This is a bad sleep. Even if you hit a target, they will not die. Because if you hit a target here, they're going to fall on the ground flat, and then your team is not going to be able to see them. So there's no world where this sleep makes sense. This is a bad sleep. This is just wasting sleep to waste sleep. And that's going to be important really soon. You're going to see right now, Arisa's out here. She has all of her cooldowns. All right, throw a grenade, decent grenade. All right, Risa has 4-5 popped, right? I would also note that right now would have been a reasonable time to sleep the Arisa as she starts walking up, because you know that she's walking over here to mirror the Roger. It's very obvious to me that she's walking to the right, or her right, your left. Okay, if you fire Sleep Dart here, you sleep the Arisa, it allows Ramantra to get in uncontested against the backline. That's a big value sleep right there, number 1. Number 2 is, I don't think you know exactly what you're doing with Nano here, but the problem with playing tank here is that he doesn't know when your Nano is coming or if he's getting Nano at all if you don't communicate, which is okay. It just means that you need to pop Nano at the right time. This is a bad Nano. The Ramantra's already falling off of the top, right? Either because he jumped off or the Arisa pushed him off. What the heck is he going to do with Nano now? See how far back he is? And as soon as you pop Nano, the rest of the team's like, okay, cool. They all play really far back, and the Ramantra doesn't get any value. It's very lucky that the Ana ate any damage there at all. So if you're going to pop Nano here, you got to pop Nano either sooner, right there, through that crack as the Arisa, as he went up to the Arisa. Like, that would have been your Nano opportunity number 1. Or number 2, just save it. Because you're like, look, hey, look, we pop cooldowns. Like, it's fine. Like, it's okay. The Arisa pop cooldowns too. Just let her come back down. And then now we just walk up because we're, like, in decent shape. And you use Nano for the next phase of the fight. This is a bad Nano all around. And you force your tank into trying to make use of it. Because if we look at your tank's like, oh, I'm Nano. I got to do something. I got to do something. I got to do something. So your tank keeps chasing, right? Now he drops to try to stay alive. And then he's going to die. And you'll notice something that we're missing here is healing for the tank. When's the last time that your tank got healed? Probably right here, right? It's a crazy long time before you heal your tank again, which is a common theme that we see, is that your tank's like, wait, what the heck is going on here? Because you're playing way too far back over and over and over again. Okay, so he comes up right here, throw the grenade. All right, pop nano, walk forward with your tank, right? When he comes to here, walk forward your tank. I know you're vulnerable here, but like, they're not gonna stay right here with your, like, Genji here, the Ramattra coming up. Like, if he steps up and kills you, so be it. But you gotta walk forward right now. Like, right now. You see how you're still walking backwards? You have to walk forwards. Don't worry about healing your Genji. Your Mercy's in charge of healing your Genji. You should be walking forwards. And because you're so far back, this Bob's gonna come out and it's gonna zone you. So what you should have done here is you should have just walked up, slept, and kept moving forwards. You have to move forwards right now. All right? The problem is, again, you're several seconds too late. Your Ramattra feels the lack of healing, and then you're out of position, and you never get a chance to heal your Ramattra. So that is devastating because you popped Nano there for that as well, and you just got no value. I think you frankly kind of baited your tank into doing that. This is something that happens to me, right? In my games, like I get baited my Ana who's like pops Nano. I'm like, okay, cool, I'll go in, and then my Ana just kind of reconsiders, like, you know what, that's a bad Nano. I guess I won't heal you after all. I'm like, okay, well now there's no value, and now we just throw, right? This is a throw. All right, reset. Last fight. 6:30. So, you guys have won the fight. Great. So we're moving to the next phase of the fight. Next phase of the fight is going to be over here. You should already know this, like intuitively know that this fight is going to happen. Look at who the heroes you have. You have a Genji, Mercy, Bastion, you, Ramattra. The Bastion drops, okay? Where do you go? Ideally, right, you think that you want to go high ground, which I understand. High ground is great. But the thing is, someone needs to be on the cart. The Ramattra needs to leave the cart to do his job. The Bastion also needs to leave the cart to do his job. Right? No one's going to stand in range of the Bastion, right, and just stand there and gun him down. They're going to take cover, so the Bastion needs to step up too. Your job here is to follow the cart. You need to be the one on cart to allow these two to move freely, and then you have LOS on all of your teammates. So you're going to go up high ground instead. Do you do anything constructive up here? Right? You drop down, you're super vulnerable right now, by the way. And now you're very late, and you let the Bastion die. You made your life way harder by going high ground, because going up high ground, you're exposed to the hit scan in the back. Okay, you're afraid to peek here, which makes sense because you're not in good position. If you played underneath, you're totally safe here. You should have died right there, honestly. Also, the Genji's gonna die right now. Where does Genji die? Oh yeah, I mean, there's nothing you can do about that. But best case scenario, it's still a 4-4 right now, so it's winnable, right? Very, very winnable, but you're just not doing anything right now, right? You grenade the full health Orisa, okay, big deal. You're forced down because your left flank is the soldier, right? You should have been low ground from the very beginning. Low ground, right? On the cart, heal, 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 rotate to the left, heal, heal, heal. Bastion should never die here. Bastion should never die here. Okay, eventually it gets worked down, yeah, sure. I mean, but it is what it is. But the thing is, you lost out on a lot of healing opportunity from playing high ground. And now you need to step up. You need to step up. I think you recognize that. Okay, I know you're in danger. You need to step up. Because if your tank dies, this fight's over regardless. So you need to step up and look for an opportunity to do something. Get a pick, help your tank, whatever it ends up being. But most likely here, you actually should be looking at the right and, for example, 3-tapping the Ana right now. But it's pretty tough here with 2 DPS already dead. I think this fight's already over. Okay, so to recap, biggest thing that I can emphasize is you need to follow your tank, especially if your other support is Mercy. If your other support is generally dedicated to healing the DPS, you need to be the one to keep your tank up, okay? So maintain LOS in your tank pretty much all the time. Unless it's clearly like, oh, this is like a terrible play, you need to follow your tank and accept more risk in exchange for providing more value. That's like the biggest #1 overall tip that I can give you. You need to step up, right? Which implies not just keeping LOS, but also taking shots at people, right? When you've stepped up, because now you both can see each other. So take shots at people who are dangerous to you. #2 is I think that you spam grenade a lot, and you sort of spam sleep. I think you need to save both of them for better high value opportunities. Like the moment you throw it, think, is this actually a good grenade or sleep? Like, not whether or not it lands, but was it a good time to throw it? Because you're not going to hit them all, obviously, right? But was this a good time to throw it? I still think you need to have better critical thinking around that. All right, I'm going to stop there. Hopefully this is helpful.